in a third incident in Kunduz. 15 members of the Afghan military were killed fighting the Taliban. Let's speak to Mushtaq Rahim, who's a political analyst and security specialist. He's via Skype from Afghanistan's capital, Kabul. It was just a few days ago that the Taliban and the Afghan government agreed to a truce over the Eid holiday at the end of the holy month of Ramadan. So why are we seeing a spike in violence now?
Well, as you know, that the president of Afghanistan and the government authorities have been announcing that there are a number of groups operating in Afghanistan pursuing their military objectives. And Afghanistan has reached an agreement only with the Taliban. And they have left out many other groups who are operating in Afghanistan. And they're trying to impose themselves and declare that they hold the power and not the Taliban. So it was expected because at the time the truce was announced or the ceasefire was actually announced, it was an expectation that other groups will try to get mobilized and try to demonstrate their presence on the Afghan conflict horizon.
So who are these other groups? Are we talking about ISIL here?
There are two kind of groups. One is, of course, ISIL and the eastern Afghanistan, as you mentioned, Nangarhar province, mainly that the attacks or infiltrations are done by the ISIL over there because they have their strongholds in the far and nearby districts of the city. But even among Taliban, there are different groups. There are political decision makers, there are military outfit, and there is religious group that is holding the Taliban group together. And there are some elements who are against reaching or working towards the peaceful settlement of the peace agreement. So you cannot single out only ISIL, but even within Taliban, you can have spoilers. Besides that, there are other spoilers who are operating under different titles, not very much known outside Afghanistan. So the spoilers have gotten mobilized over the course of last 1 week in order to send a message across Afghanistan and to the world that these ceasefires cannot work and cannot have a contribution towards the peaceful settlement of the Afghan conflict.
So in your view, can the ceasefire hold if, as you say, some groups and even within the Taliban are against it, given that the Afghan government has said that any group, if there were any attacks, that it would retaliate? Are we likely to see a pause at all? Or on the contrary, are we likely to see more violence over the Eid holiday?
As far as the truce is concerned, I think Taliban will definitely respect the announcement that they have made for a ceasefire over the course of 3 days of holidays, of Eid holidays at the end of month of Ramadan. But expecting the other groups to stop their activities, it will not happen. Actually, what the expectation at my end is, and my understanding is that they will try to have more mobility in terms of creating violence and waging violence among the public and against the national forces, mainly to show that it's not the Taliban who has a hold on the Afghan context, but it's the other groups. So definitely there is expectation, and that's why the Afghan government has put additional security measures within the Kabul city and around the country to ensure that this ceasefire goes well.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Mushtaq Rahim, political analyst, joining us there from Kabul. Thank you for your time.